Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon and Ash. Come join us as we explore the world of bourbon and cigars, which offer a rich tapestry of flavors, aromas, and experiences. Stay tuned as we go to Loretto, Kentucky, and visit Maker's Mark Distillery.
Pero eres más hijueputa que yo. Es de hacer, no es de hablar. Suelta el cel pa' perrear. Pa' Twitter y pa' entonar.
Welcome back to Bourbon and Ash. Today, we get to review Maker's Mark 46.
That's right. This is one of their expressions. I really like this Maker's Mark 46. They use the French oak.
Staves, yep.
Where they're aging their bourbon in. So this really calls my attention right now insofar as being 94 proof. It's under that bottle and bond as we've talked about in the past. Awesome distillery. If you guys recall, we've had the opportunity to go out there. Very artsy, hence the wax, right?
Absolutely.
That was a big trademark.
The biggest thing I remember from the tour were the painted horses. Do you remember those? I think every time we walked by one, Trish had to stop and take a photo with it. She loves her horses. But also the family history. So we walk in, tasting room, and there was all the, was it pewter? Because she collected.
Yes, she collected pewter.
Pewter, yeah. Pewter. And there was just all these beautiful pewter artwork, like pots and pans and stuff like that. And that's what gave her the idea of putting the wax on there and actually making a seal.
So it wasn't the wax that gave her the idea, it was the actual branding of the pewter. The makers left their marks in the pewter, and she's like, oh, that's kind of a cool deal. Maybe we'll name our distillery the Maker's Mark.
Yep.
The actual waxing came from her idea as well, but that was based on something that she had patented.
Well, and then the dripping, that is something that they do have trademarked.
That is the patent.
That is the patent, the dripping.
So you can do a wax seal, but it has to be cleaned.
Okay.
It cannot have the drip.
Yes.
And that's what she patented. And you're absolutely correct. As you'll see here on their bottles, that is their mark. They create this mark, and this is the mark she came up with. That's how they would brand their every bottle, right? Yeah, very cool.
Awesome distillery. Yeah, like you said, it was family owned for a substantial amount of years. To this day, when we did the tour, there was one lady who was on an old press from the 1920s,
Cutting the labels.
still cutting labels and pressing and individually wrapping each one. They have, I believe, 4 or 5 at most on the shift of actual people dipping the.
Yep, and they take turns and move around, which is pretty cool. So everybody gets to learn everything, but you're also not stuck doing the same thing all day. They did like every 30-minute shift.
Do you guys know the mash bill on this 46? I'll go ahead and open it up.
Yeah, I believe it's 70% corn, 16% wheat, and 14% malted barley.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but they have that one hallway that they have all the glass, and we'll put a photo up there so you guys can see it, but it is the coolest thing. It was this long hallway, and there was a bunch of angels up in there. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was it was actually part of a rick house. It was a smaller rick house that they aged some of the bourbon in, but the ceiling and this actually hallway between where the barrels were was just completely just ornamental glass. It was
colored
awesome.
glass, and then it had like gold angels up in there.
Right.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Before we go and review the Maker's Mark 46, again, we just want to take the time to tell you that we appreciate everybody watching our videos. Please remember, hit that like and that subscribe, leave comments. We enjoy your feedback as much as we like giving feedback back.
Absolutely.
And just a little incentive, be the 200th subscriber and win a prize from Bourbon and Ash. We'll give you a little bit more details of what that will include. Obviously, we'll know when we hit that 200th subscriber. If you happen to be that person, we'll let you know via communications.
Absolutely.
So
keep watching.
Keep
We'll
watching.
Tell you.
Yep.
We'll announce it.
That's right.
Para tu familia, para Dios y tus amigos.
Salud.
Salud.
Wow.
Ooh, super sweet.
I do get a lot of sweet. I get some banana, like banana
Absolutely,
pudding,
that
banana
is-
bread.
that
Yeah,
is-
banana
yeah.
bread. That's
Yeah,
Almost a
banana nut bread.
No, like
Yeah.
a Foster's. Do you get the little
like
caramel
a
in there?
banana Foster's.
Yeah, a little
yes.
caramel and maybe even a little bit of cream.
Wow. Super good. The legs are incredible. It's very, very rare to see such heavy legs on a bourbon. I mean, these are like very heavy,
Oh yeah.
super heavy.
She does got some sexy legs.
So it goes into a second maturation with a new barrel. Little information, if you'd like, about this is they've been using staves for a long time. That is how they change their profiles between certain expressions, which brings a great point. So Maker's 46, the reason it's 46, it's because it dictates the stave. That is the stave
combination.
Number, the combination.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
The 46. We want to go get a barrel from them. Then they would bring us out and they give us this plethora of staves to choose from.
Yeah.
You keep using that word. I don't think you know what that plethora means.
Nice.
So-
nice quote.
They will definitely give you, again, a plethora to choose from. And the numbers, they're numbered, will dictate the barrel.
Yeah,
that you
we
chose.
walked by when they were doing one.
Right.
And they had these little beakers on the table, and each beaker had a number on it, and they were combining that to make
Exactly.
their bottle combination they
Yeah.
wanted.
And one of the cool things about that distillery when we were on that tour is within the last 5 years, they opened up a new private rick house where they do a lot of the private barrel selections. And it's inside of a cave, a natural limestone cave that they built around it, which keeps it at a minimum temperature all
it's
year
cool in
round.
there, yeah.
So
It
when
is
you walk
nice,
in there,
yeah.
you
It's
get that,
very cool.
that natural cool. But it's a cool little facility. They keep a lot of those barrels there for private selections. That's where they do their staves in there. Really, really neat place to visit. Maker's Mark is located in Loretto, Kentucky, which is, I believe, is about an hour and 15 minutes south of Louisville, Kentucky.
It is very close. Probably 20 minutes east. Well, actually, 20 minutes west of Bardstown.
Bardstown, yeah.
That's right.
So it's really close by. There's
Beautiful
4
country.
roses. Oh, it is. It's
Just
gorgeous.
beautiful country out
They've
there.
got 4 roses, and then you get into Bardstown.
Yeah.
A whole slew of them.
Awesome distillery. I highly recommend. That was part of my top 5 as far as distillery tours. And one cool, unique fact that we learned just this last trip was their old mashes drums that they use to this day. The old wood mash drums were the original mash drums of Green River Distillery,
River. Yeah, I was gonna say
which
Green.
has the number 5 license in the state of Kentucky.
Yes.
It means they were the 5th
Distillery.
opened in the state of
Opened
Kentucky.
in the
Yeah.
state of Kentucky.
They unfortunately
Licensed.
burned down
Should be very specific.
and lost.
Licensed.
Yeah, licensed.
License.
That's right.
The fifth.
The fifth
But
license.
unfortunately, they went out of business, and Maker's Mark was able to buy their old drums. I really enjoy this. It's definitely sweet on the nose. It definitely has a lot of character. The vanilla, the caramel, strong.
Yep.
On the mouth, I got a lot of oak. I don't know if I necessarily can tell the difference between the American oak and the French oak. There's more flavor on
I'm
that
wondering
profile.
I'm wondering if the French oak doesn't deliver those oils that we're getting on those legs. I
Yeah.
think-
Yeah,
think
I
that's
mean,
probably,
they're still there. That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, it's suspended.
Yeah.
Look
It's
how
like
suspended
still
it is.
there, yeah.
At 94 proof, this is definitely a neat drink for me. It's fabulous on the finish. I have no burn whatsoever. I will go ahead and say that this is easily an 8.5 for me.
Nice. Yeah, I love the smell. It's a wonderful smell. Very appetizing. I taste a lot of cinnamon when it's like a lot of cinnamon and a lot of oak. It doesn't have like the super hard finish. No hug for me at least.
Right.
It is there, but it's not like whoo. intense.
Doesn't light you up.
No. But it's pretty darn good. Yeah, I'll go with 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So based on color, mouthfeel, and the aroma, I get some. I get a little bit of a mint, like that grass smell. Like a grass mint, It's very springy, very floral. The color's amazing. It's got awesome legs. I mean, really nice. I'd have to give it an 8.5. Absolutely.
Nice.
Okay, good. Again, you guys, have you had this? Were you able to review it? Let us know what you thought. What is this in your B&A scale, 1 to 10? Obviously, 1 not being very good, 10 being the best bourbon you've ever drank. Let us know. I think I agree. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of characteristics. I'm excited to pair it with this cigar that you brought to the table, Manny. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. So it's this is Placencias. This is the Reserva Original. This was released in 2017. This is on their regular run. You're gonna notice one of the things that you notice with the Placencias, it's the roll, the finish. It's not super smooth. It's kind of burly.
Real leafy,
Real
veiny.
leafy, yeah. Lots of veins. The smell is fantastic. It's gonna be a rich finish, which should go really well with this Maker's Mark. So, being that
Do you smell leather?
I smell leather,
It's almost like, do you remember like those old baseball gloves as a kid? Like real
Yeah.
leather base. That's
Yeah.
what I smell.
the smell that you get from here reminds me of a tobacco warehouse.
Oh, see, and it brings me back to playing softball as a
There you go.
really young kid, like that
Yeah.
leathery. But I was a catcher, so I had like the
You got some serious leather going on.
the big leather mitts. Yeah.
Yep.
It's really nice. I agree with you, Nicole. It's got a lot of earthy. I definitely get a lot of that leaf, and that's Nicaraguan. It's really strong. The cigar itself is not strong. I would say it's more on the mild side, but the cigar taste of that wrapper is on the stronger side.
I'm getting like a, it sounds weird, like a bread flavor, like a rye, like a hearty rye bread flavor.
So one thing to notate about these Placencias, they are the only organic certified cigar.
So what does that mean?
100% natural ingredients, no chemicals altering the tobacco leaves. Tobacco leaves are probably all natural. There's no chemical.
Okay. Do they have some sort of agency that keeps track of that to certify it, you said?
It is the Organic Crop Improvement Association.
Yeah, it's a good cigar. It's a good draw. It's a little bit bland, I think.
Really? You don't taste cinnamon and bread?
I got a little
cinnamon and bread.
spice.
Do you?
Yeah.
I get a lot of that leather and earth.
You don't get any spice on it? I get some
I
cinnamon.
do got the spice.
Yeah.
It's like peppery.
Yes, that's even better than cinnamon. It's like almost like table pepper, like salt
it's
and pepper. Like
table
pepper.
pepper. Black pepper.
Black pepper.
You know that's going to make that bourbon
Oh, it's gonna be spicy.
spicier.
It's gonna be spicy.
It's gonna be spicy.
Oh,
It's too bad Trish isn't here.
right? She would have loved it.
Oh, she loves the spice.
The mouthfeel, so I was expecting a little velvety, a little more coaty, a little heavier. It's actually light.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
light, and it has great flavor. Even though it's light, you could pick up on the peppers. That pepper and
Yes, that is all
cinnamon.
I can taste now.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
is
pepper.
So, yeah, I like it.
What's the MSRP on the stick?
$12.99.
$12.99.
Yep. And this is on the Nicaragua wrapper,
Mm-hmm.
the Nicaraguan filler and the Nicaraguan
Binder.
binder.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Well, based on the color and the presentation, the taste, the drag, I will say this is probably going to be a 6.5 for me.
6.5.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorites, but it's doable. I think with a good cup of coffee in the morning, with
Okay.
some coffee.
Cafecito.
Yeah, I think that would be
Dark
really
coffee.
good.
Cafecito.
I'm interested to try it with the bourbon, but as it stands alone, I'll say it's probably a 6.5 in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. It is all I taste now that we talked about black pepper is black pepper. I don't really get any of the other stuff anymore. I don't know if it's just because it's in my head and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is what I'm tasting. But yeah, I could say this 6.5 is a good score on it. Since that's all I can taste, though, I mean the presentation's good. It's really cool to see all the veins and the actual leaf. But yeah, it's kind of lacking a little bit on other flavors now. At the first couple puffs, I did get like the rye bread and things like that, but now it's just black pepper.
It's just black pepper. I'm gonna have to agree with you. So the pepper lingers. It lingers quite a bit, which I would not have thought of just because of the way the mouthfeel was up front. I do get a little bit of. I do still get a little bit of that leather.
Leather.
Yeah, I still get some leather. It's dragging good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Presentation is super cool. It's supposed to be kind of a rough cob, you know, and it does well. Medium bodied, I'd give it a 7.5.
Okay.
But again, I do like some of the a little heavier, spicier. I do like those.
Well, there you go. You got our reviews for both the Maker's Mark bourbon and the cigar. Again, if you have the opportunity to smoke this and you have an opinion, please leave a comment. Tell us what you like or maybe what you don't like. Again, based on our reviews, I think it's easily doable and it's tryable. And for $12 MSRP a stick, it's affordable.
Yeah.
I'm ready to pair it with the bourbon because I'm looking forward to drawing a lot more of that spice there into that in that 46.
Ooh,
Did you hear that?
I'm slightly scared.
You just said spice, more spice.
I know.
All right, let's see.
Well, I didn't think this was spicy to begin with. The Maker's.
It had a little
Mark 46.
kick to it, so I'm a little more concerned. But I just smelling it again after having this, it's really sweet. It's like the smell is.
It even changes a little bit.
Yeah.
It changes your perspective.
Yeah.
Because, we're
Had this, smelling this.
inhaling
Yeah.
the smoke, and now you go.
No,
here.
your palate's completely.
Wow.
It's a lot sweeter.
It's a lot sweeter.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the banana is still there. I can still smell it.
Yeah, that's interesting. It draws more sweetness. I thought it would make it
Wow,
spicier.
it did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is a lot sweeter. I wonder
is.
if it's because of the balancing of the pepper.
I'm not sure, but this became much more sweeter
Much
and
more.
took a lot of that pepper away.
Yeah.
It did. Wow.
So as a pairing,
It's
I'd
pretty
say
darn
this
good.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have a nice, earthy, mild cigar.
Yeah.
It's got some pepper, and obviously with the Maker Mark on itself, it's fantastic. But now that you're pairing it, and anybody who's having a glass of bourbon at night, wanting to smoke a cigar, I highly recommend this pairing.
Oh my, it's really good.
It is.
It's so much smoother now. I mean, not that it wasn't before, but just it's really good.
It enhanced it
It did.
in a very pleasant way.
It's
like
caramel.
caramel,
Yeah.
banana Fosters.
Oh, absolutely.
No, it's fantastic.
No.
We'll have links below for both the bourbon distillery, the bourbon, and of course the cigar, and all is from us at B&A. Please drink responsibly.
Salió de Rosa al pueblo.